Hello, welcome back to the COD Feed, the show where we talk about this weekend's best and worst in the CDL. I'm
CDL.
Scooch,
And I'm John.
and before we go on, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, because y'all
The
got us to
shameless
65 subs.
ask.
Thank you so much, guys. You got us to 65. Okay, we're getting
Let's
closer and
go.
closer. All right, to being big YouTubers, big time
Next
tubers.
milestone is 69.
Yeah, get us to 69. All right. 75% of you that watch aren't subscribed. So, it'd be real nice if y'all could hit
That's...
that subscribe button. We are here every single week. We haven't missed one yet. Did miss a day. Forget about that one.
No, we're not on a schedule.
But we still uploaded that week. We
We still do. We missed it by a day, but it was a blessing in
Yeah,
disguise.
a blessing in
Because we got
disguise.
so
Cause
much news that day.
yeah, it was crazy. So
hmm
before we go on, please hit that subscribe button. Please smash it. We really appreciate all of you.
hmm
All right, let's move into this weekend's news. First off, we're going to start with a quick shout out to
So,
OpTic.
so.
So far this stage, they are looking back.
New
They are back as
roster.
for sure a top 3 contender. They have a few things to fix, which we saw from one series to the next. It was fixed, you
You
know?
added that for sure so that people would get tilted.
Here I'm here there with the faded takes, whatever. I will say Frank Lampard got fired. I'm just saying. Anyway, they're back as a top 3 contender. I would say contender keyword. I wouldn't say they're top 3 yet.
It's going to be interesting to see how they do LAN
Yeah, so
for
LAN is
sure.
always a big thing, I will say, because
hmm
the difference for some teams from online to LAN is insane. Like you look at
hmm
in Major 1, Breach went from looking like a top 5 team to just shambolic at the
To at
actual
least the
major.
top 12.
At least, wait, did they finish top 12? Because remember 16 teams
There's only.
that majors.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So hopefully it translates over to land. Shotzi, I would say, and I think we agree on this, is no longer the singular star of the team. It's kind of more of the whole team is looking like a star team.
Super balanced.
Very balanced. It's not just like Scump and Shotzi getting all the kills, and then Dashy Illy were like just basically hanging back most of the time. Um, it seems like everyone's just frying, man. I mean, everyone's doing great. As Dashy blended right back into the team. It's like he didn't miss a beat, didn't skip a beat. Illy again
hmm
with the sniper just doesn't stop. He's unstoppable. It's some of the shots he got were crazy. All right,
Yeah,
and
it's disgusting.
I know people in chat were like he's hard scoping, but I mean it's the pro scene. What are you gonna do? What, you think he's gonna quick
Yeah,
scope from
right.
100 meters away?
He's
Anyway,
gonna try to get montages.
I mean, listen, Illy got shots on people that were snaking. That's crazy. Just pop up for
Nah,
a second, boom.
he's nutty with the sniper.
And we also want to say congratulations to Scump. His watch parties have been doing amazing. I think at one point he peaked at over 90,000 during OpTic series, which is unbelievable.
Consistently more viewers than the CDL itself. So
Substantially more. He's almost over. I think it was on Friday or Saturday. He was consistently 20K over. And then
hmm
Sunday, it was 10K, but it's also because the CDL had a really bad weekend.
yeah, out of their control for that day, but
Yeah. But yeah, so quick shout out to OpTic. Hopefully they keep carrying on, moving on. I would say are we calling them our losers for the weekend, or what are we doing here?
yeah, we haven't really been keeping up with
The
bottom frags, top frags.
Yeah, but we'll say Ravens still
I
not
would
looking that
say
great.
bottom frag, yeah. I
Ravens
would say
still
they're
not.
definitely the worst team right now,
Yeah, wait, did they win that
right?
series against Legion, or did Legion lose that one?
No, Legion won. I mean, Legion lost, yeah. I
Legion
think.
lost, right?
I'm pretty
Can we get
sure.
a quick
I'll
fact check on that one?
I'll tell Jamie to look it up.
Either way, so first we saw Ravens beat FaZe in
Yeah,
in
Legion
what was
lost.
a really bad series for FaZe. But we said this when we were watching. It's not that Rokkr was or oh no,
No, yeah,
Rokkr
Rocker
beat
B
FaZe. My bad,
phase.
my bad. Yeah, that's my bad.
Boo.
That's my bad, guys. You know
Rail
what?
him in the comments for that one.
That's my bad, guys. Okay,
Faded.
so Ravens. played Legion, and
Mhm.
I will say Ravens is just looking like a one man team right now. People are gassing Scraps because he was frying, but when you look at the actual, if you watch the match, a lot of his
Like
kills were basically a Sims kills, like
he,
majority
it
of them.
was yeah, it was low key tilting to watch a sim get all his. I'm not gonna say stolen because it's a team game.
Yeah,
So,
but
but like people are
one
gassing him.
yeah one hard point, a Sim got 9 assists, and I would say all those assists were to Scraps. Because Scraps was basically, running around the map with a Sim. And I think what a lot of people aren't really realizing about this game is moving together can be very detrimental in some of these maps. Because if your teammate gets fried, chances are you will too. Um,
I don't know about that, but
Well, I was just saying because, like, let's say you have an AR tucked away somewhere in a corner and you can't see them on time, and they take out your teammate right as you're both coming around the corner. Your teammate goes out first, you come around the corner, you're next. So I think it is not the best to move in pairs, or at least not to move so close to each other. Like we saw Scraps in a sim. Scraps was basically riding a sim that one of the entire maps, which I think it was Mercado. Um, but I don't know. I don't really see this Ravens team getting better. Um,
yeah, I mean, also the other thing we say this a million times: kills don't matter that much. Scraps may have fried, quote unquote, right? But like they still are not looking good. And we've seen even a sim consistently get like 30 plus kills on maps, and it doesn't do anything for the team. So forget
yeah,
about saying a player fried because it doesn't matter. This team still sucks right now.
yeah, and then we even see them making small mistakes. And while we are gassing a sim, we did see him make a mistake where he could have just jumped on the point, held the point for even a second to try to get his team to come, to the rescue.
Hmm.
But instead, he decided to go down mid. I forgot which map this was, and forgetting that in order to get back onto the point, it's a gigantic
No, no, no,
rotation.
no, 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 no. That wasn't a sim. That was Pred. But
No,
that
a
was
sim did the
Pred.
same thing. A
No,
sim
he
did the
didn't
same
go
thing.
mid. He just turned around and
Right,
ran
and the
back.
right, and the
He
way
didn't
he
go
was
down mid.
going, the way he was going is to go onto the point still, but you have to make a gigantic rotation to come through the other
Yeah, but I
entrance.
don't think it was going down mid.
Well,
But
either
he did
way,
turn. Yeah, he went away from the point for no reason when it was last second.
there was 5 seconds left, and all he had to do was literally jump on, even just to hold it for a second. Look, uh, I think what a lot of people forget is you either losing or losing in that
Yeah, right. It's
situation.
either you get killed on the point and your team loses, or you ran away and your team loses. Like what?
Yeah. So might as well play your life, and maybe a miracle happens and your teammates make it on time. You know what I mean?
And then I think in the very next round we saw TJ do the same thing where he didn't want to just jump on the point, and it
Yes, we
literally
did see
that
TJ do
was
the same thing.
that was a game point for that
That
control.
was
I think.
on control. Yeah, it was on control. Yeah, TJ
I
did the
think it
same
was
thing.
game point, and he just decided not to even just try jumping on because he was gonna die.
Yeah.
And I know Scump said that he made the right decision because people are gonna be like saying, "Oh, you threw because they killed you," but you threw anyways. So
Yeah, you throw
why
anyway,
not
whether
just
you leave or not.
try?
Yeah, I agree. And not to go against the goat there, but it's. I think
It's
sometimes you gotta not think about what chat is going to say about your choices if you get fried on or fragged on, but you know sometimes it's just about playing your life, and maybe you get on the point, you don't know, maybe you clutch up, who knows.
exactly,
You never know when you're gonna just absolutely get locked in, and maybe you get a three-piece or something. So take the chance, jump on the
exactly,
point, try to rescue it for your team. If you don't succeed, at least you tried. You know what I mean?
exactly.
But yeah, Ravens not looking great still. They're gonna have to make some changes. I'm gonna assume Nasty is going to be on the chopping block next. We saw Paul X come back in for Zero, and Zero get taken out after Paul X had gotten subbed out for Scraps. We also don't know how that dynamic is doing after Paul X and Scraps had that drama on Twitter. Uh, so we don't know how the team is really doing. You and me are huge believers in a sim, and that he belongs at a better team and belongs at teams to treat him better than he's been treated.
A
Um,
hundred percent, a
One of the
hundred
most
percent.
consistent players in the CDL. Are we gonna say he's one of the top five in the CDL? He maybe not, but at least he's consistent. And a lot of these players lack consistency. We talk
Yeah,
about this all the time.
yeah.
So
He needs
I
a
guess
good
we'll
team
see.
behind him. So, and
Yeah,
Ravens right now is not that team.
I think Ravens are probably gonna wait until after Major 2 is done. No sense in going into the LAN event with a new player on the team because it might throw you off.
You never know.
So yeah, I guess we'll see what they do.
Look at
But yeah,
Mutineers,
Ravens still doo doo. Yeah, Mutineers insane for what they just did. Actually, the news
which
broke
is like last
today
minute as we're recording this.
as we're recording this. Yeah, Dave Patty is in for Brack, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's replacing Brack. Yeah,
Yep. And
Dave Patty was
it's just
already on Florida.
a bench swap. Brack is going to the bench, and I think Dave
I don't
Patty.
know if Brack is on the bench. They didn't really say anything about it.
I mean, that's how I read the
Not that
tweet
I heard.
from.
That's how I felt too, but I'm not 100% on
Yeah.
that.
So we'll see, but we'll see if Ravens do anything. I personally think they shouldn't, because it's not going to help them in any way to make a last minute change. Your team is
Yeah, they
already
just need
bad.
work.
Yeah, they need a
Yeah.
lot of work on the team play aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now moving on to a match that I alluded to earlier by accident, confusing Rokkr and Ravens. FaZe lost their first series of the weekend against Rokkr and was, I would say, a shambolic series for FaZe.
Maybe FaZe is also bottom fragging with Ravens.
Yeah, I would say
It's like
for
half and
that
half
day.
because of the
For
next.
that day,
Yeah.
yeah. We said this, though, after the series when we were talking about it. It wasn't that Rokkr was amazing. It was that FaZe were just that bad that day.
Yeah, I think people already automatically start saying Rocker's back. Oh, they're frying, but like
Yeah. Yeah.
people just say anything.
Yeah, people say anything. Like,
They're like, "Oh, NYSL's gonna get slaughtered. NYSL's gonna slaughter FaZe the next
yeah,
day."
we looked at the maps and we were like, why did FaZe choose these maps? This is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing what OpTic did last season, where they would pick their bad maps, thinking. I really don't know what they think when they do that, but when we see teams deliberately pick or not veto their bad maps, they do bad. There's just no other way around it.
Yeah.
And
you're just gonna lose.
It's like for example, when we play Valorant, I see Haven, I know I'm doing bad. There's just no way around it. I hate that map.
Maybe I don't know. It's a bad way to think, but maybe in their heads are like, "Oh, we can afford this loss," because Rocker's already at the bottom.
Yeah, they are. I
They
will
can
say,
give them the points and get the practice off of it, but I don't know.
we also mentioned that perhaps they underestimated Rokkr, thinking Rokkr is so bad. If we play them on our bad maps, we'll do fine. It doesn't matter. But I think it worked against them because the series were close. It wasn't
very close.
It wasn't like Rokkr wiped them. I mean, the hard point losing 246 to 250, 4 points. That's nothing.
Even the control was, game 5. Yeah, control.
Yeah. So it was close. I wouldn't. Did FaZe look terrible? Yeah, they did. Did we think it was a downhill thing? Not at all. We were like, this is just this series. Their comeback. It's literally nothing. We knew Rokkr were just gonna be bad. Rokkr played the next day, right? After the series.
I think so. Let me double check.
Yeah, give me a little.
Yeah, they played LAG. They played LAG.
And they lost to LAG, right?
They lost to LA. It was like, yeah, that was the one I think that was where they started experiencing the technical difficulties. So we didn't get to see the last map.
Right. That's right.
Because of the snowstorm, but
that's right. We had the power outage. I completely
that was the
forgot
first
about
one.
That.
So that was the first one, but Rokkr looked awful. I'm not even gonna lie; they looked horrible against LAG.
Yeah, Rocker's not a good team. I think they're gonna have to make a change. It's weird too because individually some of them look good. Bance and Cammy are a good duo together. Afro is insane, but it's just as a team.
Yeah, they're all individually good.
Attach is a good playmaker. I don't know what's missing in that team, but they need work. And this major, then I don't think they're even gonna make it past losers bracket, to be honest. And they're gonna have to make a change after major 2. Whether that's something to do with the roles or whether that's something to do with players, I guess we'll see what they do.
Yeah.
But FaZe kind of shut everyone up the next day, playing arguably the best team. I mean, they just won a major and they hadn't lost since NYSL. I think for that alone, look, obviously, a lot of controversy around the series because of how it was played. I disagreed with it even being played at all. I was telling you this while we were watching it. I I was like, they should just move this to tomorrow, move it to another day, because
Yeah.
it's gonna go bad. And we missed some of the maps, but there was delays between maps. It went to a map 5. There was almost an hour between maps 4 and
That game
5.
probably lasted like 3 hours, or
I don't
maybe
even know.
even
There might
longer.
have
I don't.
been there
Yeah.
might have been delays between other maps I didn't know about. There was 2 or 3 restarts during map 5. The
It was a
collect
mess. It was a mess.
It was terrible. There was a
Yeah.
collective score of 6-4. NYSL complained that they had a map taken away in a restart that they had won, and they didn't get it anyway. And either way, there was terrible ping all day long for all the teams. NYSL said they had 120 ping during that
Yeah,
match.
yeah, and I don't even, like you said, I don't even think that was just their match either.
No.
Because even in, like, you kept seeing in Scump stream, they kept calling for a server check because some of the kills that people were getting, it just looked so like it was unbelievable how one person could get a kill that you would need to see the pings because the whole
Yeah.
day was just weird.
Listen, I that day falls on CDL for not. First off, a snowstorm is coming. Why wouldn't you just postpone
It
the
had
day?
already started. They already had snow before the games even started, right?
Yeah, someone had tweeted that they already had like 6 inches on the
It
ground
was nameless,
during.
I think.
Yeah, and that was like after the first series of the day. They already had like 6 inches. So why not just think, this might not go well. Maybe we should stop for the day, move it to tomorrow, move it to Tuesday or something. Um, I don't know how their operation works there, obviously, but at the same time, it's not a good look for the CDL. It really frustrates the players, I would say. I mean, NYSL were not happy about their loss. And, to be honest, I would say FaZe probably weren't happy about the way they had to play the game either, even though they won. Because it was a narrow victory. It wasn't like
Mm-hmm.
they dominated. So,
Also, you're sitting there for hours, and they had to wait because the LAG Rocker game was getting delayed. So
yep.
they had to wait just to start. It's just annoying
Yeah.
for all the players.
It was terrible. They shouldn't have done it. They should have done the match. It should have been moved. But
Mm-hmm.
FaZe beat NYSL nonetheless, which is a good look for FaZe after losing to Rokkr the day before. Is NYSL down? Obviously not. It was a close match,
They're still
close
probably looking
series.
like the best team.
Yeah, still consistently the best team out there. Losing to FaZe is not a bad look for any team. You're losing to
Mm-mm.
probably one of the best teams on the scene. Um, so I think it's they took. We were watching the Subliner stream. Hydra at first was a little annoyed, but I think he took it well after. Like, what, we lost to, like they realized they lost to FaZe. They didn't lose to Rokkr. You know what I mean? So there's nothing to be upset about. I think they're genuinely there. If there's no delays, NYSL win. I think personally.
I think it's still gonna be a really close game no matter what.
Super close no matter what, but I do think NYSL edge them out in the end if there's no
Probably.
delays. Just because I think
Yeah.
NYSL is a team that does better in shorter series, right? And FaZe I think is good at keeping their composure over a longer time.
Yeah.
So I think in a way the delays benefited FaZe more than NYSL, and I think it just has to do with their pacing and just how their mentalities and stuff. Um, Either way, good to FaZe. They showed everyone, hey, we're not
That
going
was a
down.
fluke.
It was a
Yeah.
fluke. It was on us. Slasher came out later on tweeting that they do need to work on their hard points. They're still terrible on the hard points, and they need to fix that.
Yeah. Um, I'll mute that. But even the hard points, I wouldn't say they're horrible because they're getting pretty close to like it's
Yeah,
just finishing. It's like
finishing. Yeah, yeah, that's
they're
definitely it.
so close.
I think I think one thing we saw OpTic really really fix on their hard points this weekend was their rotations, and I think a lot of teams disregard rotations more than anything. Where you
Hmm.
want to start rotating when there's about 15 to 20 seconds left on your current hard point, and not when
Hmm.
there's only 3 seconds left. Because if there's 3 seconds left, there's a huge chance you're not getting the next point, and you're gonna have to fight for it with the other team. If you rotate like OpTic does, where you leave two on, two go move to the next one, or even one player moves to the next point, you're
Yeah.
you're winning your hard points. Um,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
at
Also,
the,
if you're not, no,
oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Go ahead. No, it's. I'll say it after. Not that.
Oh, I was gonna say it's not like FaZe is bad. They're all really
Yeah.
good. It's just about those little details that they need to fix and focus on.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was gonna say with this, like, with the spawns in this game, if you're not on that rotation early and the way you spawn, it's just you're so far away, you're giving up like 10 seconds of a hard point
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
not by it.
And even then, it's better to rotate early in case there is that one random spawn where an enemy player spawns behind you on the point and they would take you off. At least you have time to send someone else to rotate to the point and take it back. You
Mm-hmm.
know, because we've
Yeah.
seen that in a lot of games where the spawns will for some reason be random and out of nowhere an enemy spawns with your team. So, I think rotations is probably a big factor for FaZe, but I guess we'll see. They can fix it. I think they'll be fine. I think, major 3 or 4, I think FaZe has a good shot of winning. Even this major, to be honest, if they fix the little issues, they could win it.
What I'm hoping is that they don't have a Vanguard season where they're just getting consistently second place. I don't want to see. I want to see them just win one major and then
Yeah, they
like, cause
gotta break their
it's.
curse.
I think it's worse to be the team that's consistently getting second place.
Yeah,
It probably hurts so much more to know that you were so
yeah.
close.
I mean, they got third in this last one, and even then, they did have a third place finish
Yeah.
in the Vanguard season as well. It was just
Hmm.
third, second places. Like, yeah, they gotta change. They gotta break that. They gotta break that.
They need to break it. Yeah.
Listen, I could see this coming major, and I'll save it for then for the predictions. But I'm calling it right now. FaZe OpTic in the grand final.
You think so?
Yeah, FaZe OpTic in the grand final.
What happened to NYSL? You think
I
they're
think
gonna
I think
go
I think
out?
one of them beat them in winners finals.
We'll see. I think OpTic's looking really strong right now.
Yeah, OpTic's looking amazing. I mean,
They
maybe we'll
did.
do.
They do need work on their hard point again, like every other
Yeah,
team. But
yeah, yeah. But they did fix a lot in their hard point, considering.
yeah, but giving up a 100-point lead is crazy.
That's insane. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to do that. But anyway, that's really our biggest talking points for this weekend. More than anything, CDL, please do better.
Yeah, we have one more weekend of qualifiers, so we'll see how that
Yeah,
goes.
so we'll see how that goes. It'll be a really telling weekend, and after that, I mean, we're kind of getting the bracket already sorted out from just this weekend alone, seeing how it's going to be.
It's hard to make too many changes next weekend.
We're not. I mean, some of the seeds could change, but we're kind of already seeing who's going to be in losers and who's going to be in winners already.
Yeah.
That's kind of pretty much set at this point.
Exactly.
So we'll see, and I think that's it for now. I don't have anything else.
Yes. All
Any
good.
final
Yeah.
thoughts? All right. Well, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let us know what you thought of this weekend. Let us know what you thought of OpTic and how they did. Or
Maybe Ravens.
maybe what do you think Ravens should do? What are your thoughts on Ravens? You think Ravens need to
Blow it
change?
up.
Blow it up? You think they should blow it up? Until then, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Get us to 69 subscribers. 75% of you still not subscribed. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.